What is up, y'all? It is Nelson, owner-in-chief Cabana Boy here at Cabana Boys Events. Welcome to the Cabana Boys podcast. Today we have Alexis Bennett.
Hello.
Retired Cabana girl, current social media expert.
Absolutely.
And we're going to dive into everything social media, a little bit more about her background. She runs her own agency. And so we are going to really go deep on social media and how it kind of people in their 20s and 30s and older too can be their most authentic selves on social.
Yes.
How they can do social well in this day and age, whatever that means.
Right.
And,
go viral.
Go viral, and we'll just go deep. But
okay, let's do it.
Before we get to that,
okay.
Are you thirsty?
I was hoping you'd ask.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Let's break open the Cabana Boys cooler. Take
All right. Ooh, I see a claw.
There we go.
Ooh, White Claws. Let's go.
I'm still on my no drinking 75 hard kick, so I've got the Athletic Brewing.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for being here.
That's a good pop. Nice and crisp. Cheers.
So, Alexis, let's start day one. When were you
Day
born?
one.
No, I'm kidding.
October 23rd, 1995. Scorpio.
Just give us a background. Like,
Totally.
what do you do with social media? What do you do in your free time? Where are you from? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I run social media. So I do it for a very small businesses in Phoenix. I work out of a agency in Phoenix, and then I have my own separate private clients,
Nice.
Which I love my clients the most because I'm like, I've really gone through and figured out, okay, I like this person. Like, it's just the people that I work with are just so amazing and like really trust me because I think that I've built these great relationships with them.
Yep.
So, and I just love it so much.
Well, if y'all haven't connected the dots, those that are listening, Alexis runs the Cabana Boy social media. So that's how this is. So thanks for the compliment.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that you and I were like, we had talked about running TikTok and I was like, I think that I have too many clients right now. And then some cleared up and I was like, hey, and you were like, yeah,
Yes.
let's do it. So
Nice. Yeah.
that was super exciting. And because now that I'm a retired Cabana girl, I was like, this is fitting.
Yeah, you did, I think, one photo shoot.
Yes.
I don't think you ever worked a party.
Never worked a party.
Yeah, no worries.
And I wanted to. I think that I just got kind of nervous because I used to be a promo model in my 20s. And so I would work a bunch of those promo events. And then I was also a caddy girl.
Oh, okay.
And I just had a terrible experience when I was a caddy girl. And so I was like, I just don't want to like be put into that environment again.
Yeah.
But the thing that I like about you guys and your business, Cabana Girls, is that you send a Cabana Boy with you. And then even in your contract, you're like, if a party gets sketchy, like you can bounce.
We're out. Yeah.
And you're out. And I love that because not many businesses are like that. And
Sure.
I've worked with a lot of them, so I would know.
Yeah. We make our customers who book Cabana Girls check a box on their booking, and as part of our contract, it says like, if the girls feel uncomfortable or you're sketchy, including your friends, like our girls will leave like without a refund, and that might turn some people off, but like that's not the type of service we're trying to provide. Is those type of situations. So I think it goes over well with our employees and a lot of our customers too. So it's good.
Absolutely.
How'd you get your start in social media? Like, where did that all come from?
Yeah. So, how I originally got my start was when I was 12 years old. I had a YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh.
So if you find it, but I had a YouTube channel and I would just make videos and I would have so much fun. I would make my mom film me or I would feature my parents in my videos. And I remember my dad would get so upset with me because he would be like, Alexis, you're always on your phone.
Yeah.
You're always on MySpace, Facebook. And now I'm like, look, Dad, like this is my career. It's like, imagine if I wasn't spending all that time doing that.
Right.
And it's like, it wouldn't have paid off, but luckily it has paid off. And so I went to ASU, School of Journalism, and I went for digital audiences, which is digital marketing.
Okay.
And so I'll actually tell you how I started the ACM agency is because I was in a relationship in Dallas. I was living in Dallas.
Okay.
And I was just like, what am I doing with my life? I was a stay-at-home girlfriend for about 2 years. And I'm sure that sounds amazing to some people, but I was just like living for someone else and living like their life instead of living my own. And I remember I had gone home and my dad was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing for work? Like, what's going on? I was like, I'm not really doing anything, but like, I want to get back into digital marketing. Like, I like creating email campaigns. I like doing social media a lot. And he was like, you should try to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, I should. By the way, this was a much more emotional conversation than what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but I go back to Dallas and I'm in our townhouse and I start looking up how to open an LLC.
Okay.
And so the ACM agency is the Alexis Sierra marketing agency because I was like, ACM, Alexis Sierra, that's my middle name. So I was like, there we go.
Got a nice ring to it.
Yeah. So I launched it doing that. And my first client was Kayla Gray, and she does candles and perfumes. And she taught me so much because I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I was just like, I got a client, like, let's go. And the next time I went back to Phoenix, my dad had like a camera for me. He had a gimbal for me. And he was like, I believe in you. And I think that was like so emotional because I think that I don't even think that I believed in myself at the time. I was kind of just like going through the motions, like, what am I gonna do? What is this? You know, like, what am I gonna create? And so
he went from like, what the hell is this YouTube stuff? Why are you always on your phone? To like, you got this, girl, like, go get it.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
And I think that I really needed that at the time. So I was like,
that's really that's awesome.
My dad's the best.
Good parenting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, parents aren't perfect, you know, sometimes you struggle with it, but at least he came around.
Yeah.
So going back to the YouTube channel, I got to know, like, what were the videos? Like, what was going on?
Oh man, I'll tell you one video, which was actually pretty funny. I went to a Subway.
Okay.
And my mom's filming me in the background. And at the time, there was this commercial going around about Subway, and you can have it any way you want it. It was like, Subway, your way. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go in there. And I go in there and I was like, can I have banana bread? And they're like, what? I was like, I thought this was Subway. I was asking like the craziest things. I was like, can I have elk meat? Like, joking around. Like, just being dumb. I'm 12, but I just have always had like these ideas in my head, and I was just like, here we go, world. Let's try it out.
So that's actually a good kind of segue, because like I feel like with social media, it's almost like you throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and you like have to see what sticks. Like, because there's so much content out there that if you like spend hours and hours and hours and hours on this one piece of content and then it flops, like that was a lot of wasted time, where it's like more of kind of a volume game nowadays. Would you agree?
I would say that it's almost like a mix, because I would agree that there is a lot of information on how to go viral. My friends send me videos all the time and they'll be like, is this how I'm supposed to go viral? And I'm like, I think that what you're supposed to do, I know this is kind of what you're supposed to do. You have to just be consistent and you think of a strategy. Okay, this is the kind of content I'm going to create. And then you keep going and it's repetitive. You come up with hashtags and figure out what is trending. And then you're able to track those analytics using Instagram and Google. And that's kind of your best bet instead of just like throwing things at a wall.
Okay.
But I know that sometimes it does feel that way, I think, for the clients. But I think the more that you do it and it's repetitive, it's like people see your brand and they're like, oh, yes, I do remember this.
Yeah.
And so,
that's awesome. So what do you think about the like kids on YouTube that are making like millions of dollars? Like Ryan's World, I think, is one of them. Like, he's probably 12,
right?
You know, early teens at oldest, and he's like literally raking in like tens of millions of dollars.
I think it's so cool.
You do?
Yeah, because I'm like, wow, like, what is our $1 million idea gonna be? Like, is it the Cabana Boys? Is it the Cabana Boys podcast? And you just got to keep going and like.
But I do think it's cool that like they're successful. I'm all about the hustle and entrepreneurship. But I have to wonder, when a kid is that young, how much of it is the parents like pulling the strings in the background? you know?
Oh, I guess I don't think about it that way.
You know?
You think about his parents or?
Well, I'm not, it's not specific to him. I don't know.
Okay.
But just, I have a 5-year-old. So like he watches YouTube and there's like stuff on YouTube where it's just the kids, you know, doing stuff, playing and unboxing and, you know, playing make-believe. How much of that is the kids like 100% on their own saying, I want to do this, versus like the parents in the background kind of directing and saying like, no, you should do this or no, you should do that. The parents probably have to be involved to some extent because there's editing involved and actually getting it on YouTube and so on and so forth. But I don't know. Like the kids, if you make $1 million, the kids are not, unless they're stashing it away for college or something like that.
Right.
You imagine the parents are like reaping some reward too.
I'm sure the parents are reaping some rewards, but I've also met people where they are stashing it away for their kids, because isn't it kind of illegal for a parent? Isn't that kind of like actors? Like when kids like child actors?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be kind of illegal if they were stashing it? Or
I mean, I think this is kind of like the next generation of all like like Macaulay Culkin and like those kind of like troubled, you know, child actors.
What about like David Dobrik? He started when he was like really young, and now he has like $1 million, I think, and he started from YouTube.
Yeah, but I don't think he's like a super positive, like great mental health kind of guy.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
I agree. Yeah, I guess that was a bad example. I'm trying to think of, because I guess the people that I grew up watching on YouTube when I was a kid, like they're nowhere now.
I think I'm a little bit older than you, but like the like shoes video.
Oh yeah,
like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's
what happened
hilarious.
to that?
I have no idea. There was a guy named Shoe Nice.
Shoe Nice.
You ever heard of him?
No, never heard of him.
This guy, you know him, Ted? Yeah. This guy like is made the most absurd videos. All of the videos would just be him like in like a weird room, and he'd drink like a bottle of Windex, or he'd eat like a light bulb, or he'd drink like a handle of Jack Daniels or something like that. Just like crazy stuff.
I've never heard of that.
You look him up.
I need to look it up. Okay.
And he is still alive.
Oh, good.
You know, Cameo, the like app.
Oh, yeah.
So my buddies and I used to watch these Shoe Nice videos. And in addition to like consuming these weird things, he'd like say like, yeah, this is Shoe Nice again. Just like in a really weird voice. So we made a cameo for my buddy for his birthday, and it was Shoe Nice.
Oh my god.
In the voice.
Did he love it?
Yeah, he was like, happy birthday, TCJ. Like super weird.
So he's still making money.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, on Cameo. $15 at a time.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. So I guess on social media is like, it's grown an insane amount. There's a bunch of new networks. Obviously, TikTok, Instagram are the big ones, but there's like Be Real.
Oh, yeah.
And there's all these like, you know, different places where people can share their life. How, I alluded to this at the beginning of the episode, like how do people stay authentic? Because there's filters and there's AI and there's so many ways that like people can fake it.
Right.
So what's your advice in that area?
Yeah, I think that people can see through if you're being fake. Like even in my Instagram bio, it says authenticity is magic, because I think that when people are authentic to themselves, that's what creates, I think, more followers. I think the more authentic people are, and like realistic, and I think that's why a lot of people transferred from Instagram to TikTok, because so many people were being sold on Instagram and like influencing, and that gets so exhausting to see this same person buying like $200 jeans every week. It's like, that's not realistic to everyday life or the everyday person. And so, or unboxing new makeup. And so I think that's why a lot of people switched over to sites like TikTok. And there's a influencer, Alex Earl, and
I've heard of her.
So she talked about, she had been trying so hard to like get followers, and so it wasn't
it was her goal to like become famous on TikTok.
Yeah, like her previous posts, it looked like she was like trying to she was posting a lot, and it wasn't until she showed a video of her acne that she like actually became TikTok famous, and then that turned into
blew up from there.
Interesting. But yeah, it's like that authenticity and being relatable is what people want to see.
Yeah.
And that's why apps like Be Real have started to become more popular.
Right.
Is because people want to know, who are you really?
Yeah.
Behind closed doors.
That's interesting. I didn't know that was Alex Earl's backstory. I kind of feel like sometimes with influencers, or I guess not necessarily influencers, some people who are famous on social media, sometimes I feel like it's on accident. Like they just like make a funny video and like somebody catches on and it goes viral, and then they like keep doing the same concept. Yeah. And it just like kind of snowballs from there. Right. Versus it sounds like Alex Earl was very intentional and like consistent. And that's why she became famous. She's probably like the most famous TikTok person, or close to it. I'm not really much of a TikTok consumer myself outside of the business.
I think that right now she definitely is.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I think it's like $30,000 to like get her, like for her to post one post. I'm pretty sure.
That's insane.
You want her to have a Cabana Boy?
Yes, absolutely. Please, Alex Earl, if you're listening, we'll give you a free Cabana Boys party. $550 value.
Maybe she'll be here for the open.
That's a good point. We're going.
You never know.
The Cabana girls will be there.
Absolutely.
This will air after that, but that's fine. What do you think when Instagram started like hiding the likes? You know what I mean? Yeah,
I liked that because I think that was part of the authenticity thing. Yeah. Also, that was part of my ins of 2024. Is that like to stop caring about those like kind of things? And outs? Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I did my ins and outs. I started a new TikTok page.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know about this. What is it?
Oh, yeah. It's, what is it? Oh, That Bennett Girl. Okay. So before it was like the Bennett Files. And I did it because I was just kind of tired of like posting for likes and then like posting kind of for my friends. And so I was like, I'm just going to be like authentic. I'm getting off the grid. So right now I have 45 followers.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, you got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. So if you do know me, don't follow me. But
that's funny. What do you think about the super heavily edited, filtered like photos? I have a couple friends who every photo they post is edited, right? Or like a heavy filter.
Yeah. I kind of think that we're transitioning out of that a little bit. I think that's part of the there's this trend that people do where they're like the photo dumps. Yeah. And it's like multiple photos, and sometimes they're like random. Yeah. And it reminds me of like when Instagram first started. Okay. Because everyone was just it was a free for all when Instagram first started. Yeah. People were just like posting and just like having fun with it. Yeah. And sometimes they were like heavily edited, but I feel like that's kind of transitioning out a little bit. But I do see people posting with like filters or like on their stories, and they have like that filter that doesn't look like them. And I mean, I'm guilty of it. I do it.
I mean, everybody is to some extent, but I feel like it can be overused.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. But whatever. I'm an elder millennial, as I referred to in the last episode. Well, let's transition. But before we do, any advice for anyone that's like either, struggling to like kind of get their name out there on social, or maybe on the flip side, like they don't want to be TikTok or Instagram famous. They just want to like be successful like you on the backside and like start their own agency or just create a career for themselves in social. Any advice for them? Yeah,
I think that what you should do is just work really hard and focus on that dream. If you want to start your own business, start handing out your business cards or just your phone number, email to clients. And, you might even have to work for free a few times just to kind of like build your portfolio. And I think take that work, because it's like, you never know where that could take you, and you could build a relationship from there. Yeah. And then just be authentic to yourself. Yeah. I think like try to work with businesses that you see your future self working with, and not just like where you are right now, and keep going. Yeah.
Kind of a secondary question. I told you we were in transition, but I lied.
Oh, yeah.
How, for someone who's trying to create, their name as a social media manager or creative director or something like that, how important is it for them to be different? Like, you know what I mean by that?
I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't think that you need to be different. I think that I hear this a lot where people are like, oh, this is so saturated. Like everyone's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's doing this, but you can do it too. You can do it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your insights on
Absolutely.
social. Let's transition to like more about you.
Okay. What do we want to know?
Well, let's start with 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
Do you have them ready?
Yeah. They're on my phone.
Okay.
Here we go.
I brought some too.
Okay, I'm excited. I really hope you don't get it, but here we go. Okay. I made it to the last round of The Bachelor in 2018.
Like,
Didn't get on the show, but I
Okay.
made it to the last round.
okay.
I was the first of my friends to get a driver's license.
Okay.
My 2 neighbors are Cabana boys.
Ooh. Okay, I think the last one's true.
Okay.
2 neighbors are Cabana boys. The Bachelor one, I would say, is true.
Yeah.
Is it?
It is true.
Nice.
Yeah.
The last episode, that was one of my 2 truths.
I know, I
and
saw
a lie.
it. And I was like, oh, wait.
But mine was the lie.
I know.
So
And then
yours
I
is
was
true.
like, dang. But I had already written it down. So I was like, I'm just
Yeah.
going to use it. But yeah, they flew me out to LA and I
Really?
interviewed. Yeah, when I was 23.
Oh
Or
my
like,
God.
yeah, freshly 23. I
So
think.
what season was that?
That was Colton season.
Okay.
Colton Underwood.
I've watched enough Bachelor to know who that is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. They flew me out. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on. I'm going to be on it.
Yeah.
And then they told me I was too young, but I was like 22, 23.
I feel like there's like
know.
22, 23-year-olds on all the time.
I know. I think because I was in the club. I was in the club a lot.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, I mean, that would have been a pretty cool experience.
I know it would have been, but I'm happy I didn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
But-
I'm very happy I didn't too.
I would have been Instagram famous by now, though.
That's true. That could have launched your like social media thing to a different level.
Totally different level.
So you have two neighbors. Are any of them like special to you in any way?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So one of my neighbors is a retired Cabana boy,
Okay.
and I love him.
Who is
Just
it?
kidding. No, I'm not going to say his name. But like,
Spill the tea.
if he watches, he'll know. Just kidding. But no, but I think he's so cute. And Drunk Lex has told him that my friends and I all call him my hot neighbor.
Nice.
We told him at Buck and Ryder. We were like, oh, my friends go, oh, this is your hot neighbor. And I go, oh my gosh, stop it. So now he knows.
So I know what apartment building you live in. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember. There's 2 people who I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. I won't blow up your spot.
It's not the last person that was on the podcast.
I know that. There's 3 actually.
Oh, there's 3?
Yeah.
3 of my neighbors?
I know 2 of them live there currently.
Okay.
And another one recently lived there, but he moved.
Oh.
So
It's not the one who moved.
maybe there's somebody else I don't know
Oh,
about.
man. He was at your bachelor party. I found out because I ran into him and I was like, oh, I saw that you're a retired Cabana boy. And he's like, oh, really? How'd you know that? And I just told him I saw like
At the bachelor party I
roster.
had in Scottsdale?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know who it is.
Yeah.
He's actually back on the team.
He's back on the team.
Yeah, and he
Wait,
doesn't live
really?
in your apartment anymore.
No, he does live there.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, we're going to discuss after. I saw him yesterday.
What?
Yeah. He told me he was at your bachelor party. We just talked about it literally this week.
Okay, well, you're thinking about somebody different then, or we're talking
Okay.
about 2 different people. We'll have to
Maybe.
we'll
We're
have
going to
to
discuss.
debrief after this.
Yes.
That's hilarious. All right, I got 2 truths and a lie.
Okay, here we go.
All right. I once performed a Beatles song in front of my entire school.
Ooh.
I used to wear a banana suit for my job. And I'm allergic to chapstick.
These are good. Huh. Allergic to chapstick. No. Is it the banana suit?
The lie?
Yeah.
No, that's true.
What?
I worked at Jamba Juice in high
Oh
school.
my gosh.
And so I'd like go out on on the busy road and try to like get people to like come in and buy smoothies. That was my favorite part of the job, hands down. Like
my gosh.
making smoothies, whatever. being in the banana suit, like the best time ever. I loved it.
Were you not in Phoenix or?
It was in Portland.
Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say you were probably melting in that suit.
I remember one time I'm like doing my thing and we had like a little sign. It says like honk if you love Jamba or something like that.
Right.
And I like walk over and I'm not like walking towards the car, but I'm like walking on the sidewalk next to a car. And this like old lady, like I hear her lock her car door.
Oh no.
I'm like, lady, I'm a high school kid in a banana suit. What do you think I'm going to do?
She was like, oh no, not the banana man.
So I peeled out of there. All right.
Dad jokes.
So that's true. What are the other, what's what the lie is?
Are you allergic to chapstick?
I am not allergic to chapstick, so that's the lie.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was writing these and I saw it sitting on my desk. I was like, that's
You're
a good
like,
one.
yeah, that's a good one.
But I did perform a Beatles song in front of my entire middle school.
What?
I was in like a drama thing in middle school and
Were you a theater kid?
No.
Okay.
But like I took drama in middle school.
Right.
Left for 1 year. And sorry, my dog is crying. I took a drama for 1 year and we had a play and I was the janitor in the play.
Oh my gosh.
And there's like a scene where like I'm like cleaning the school or whatever place I was and the Beatles Twist and Shout comes on and I like use the broom as like the thing I was like singing into.
Yes.
Dancing, whole middle school. Yeah.
I love that.
Pretty great.
That is great. The
Yeah.
Beatles wakes me up every morning.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like what
I
specific
love
song is like your alarm?
It's it's my alarm every morning. It's dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
Here comes the sun. I couldn't even think of the words right now. I could only think of the beat.
Have you seen the Beatles Cirque du Soleil?
No, it's
pretty
it's
cool.
in Vegas, right?
Yeah, I went. It's really
you
cool.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
It's really cool. I'm not much of a Beatles fan, but
No?
I went for like a work thing and it was awesome. There's a fly
Yeah.
in here.
I know. He was bopping around.
Yeah. Want to do a fishbowl question?
Yeah, let's do one.
You told me before the show, actually I'll let you pull,
Okay.
that you have a certain disdain for one social media personality.
Oh, yes.
Who is that and why?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I got his name wrong when I told you, but
Yeah.
his name is Grant Cardone.
Okay.
And it's not that I hate him. I just think that, okay, we're going to get kind of deep, but not too
That's
deep.
fine.
It's just that, like, I'm African American, as you guys can all see. And I just wish that there was someone like out there that looked like me that's having this kind of positivity instead of this like macho man who's
Yeah.
like, you have to wake up at 4 a.m. And I knew you were going to ask me this question. So I was looking at his Instagram and he was like, making $1 million is nothing. And I'm like, the average person
Yeah.
who makes $1 million, like that is something. Like,
Right.
if you give $1 million to someone, like that's
a big deal.
life changing.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
so he twisted it into whatever his narrative was. And I was just kind of like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
geez.
roll Grant
Yeah.
Cardone. But his wife is like so powerful and like she's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I
he's doing something right.
So I actually, like 4 or 5 years ago, I flew to Miami for one of his conferences.
You did?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was actually pretty cool,
Really?
except for the fact that the whole thing was just a sales pitch for you to like buy into his like coaching programs.
Right.
But it was cool. It was like 9 a.m. on a Tuesday and like Snoop Dogg's performing on stage.
See, that's pretty
It was
cool.
like pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
Steve Harvey was there and there was like people from Shark Tank and
Right.
like,
But where are the women? Where are the girlies at?
that's true. That's a good point. There was a lot more men. One of the Desperate Housewives was there. Or was she a Desperate Housewife? No, I don't know. She invented something
Okay.
very like, it was like a very female focused brand.
Okay.
But she gave like a really great speech about how to be an entrepreneur. And if I remember right,
Okay.
it was like how to be a female entrepreneur. So
Okay. I like that.
there was some, but
They're out there. You just got
Yeah.
to you got to look for them.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's hard though, because like for me, I don't really necessarily want to wake up at 4 a.m. So in the summer, I do. I'll wake up around like 4:30 to do a 5 a.m. workout. But I mean, like right now when it's cold outside, I'm like,
Yeah, no
I don't
thanks.
want to wake up at
Yeah.
5 a.m. and I don't need this macho man yelling at me,
yeah,
telling
I
me
don't
to.
know. Well, we actually don't have time for another fishbowl question.
Okay,
so
no worries.
But anything you want to share with the audience before we? get out of
Nothing
here.
else. Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you
so
so much
much
for having me.
Yeah,
This was awesome.
this is super
I
fun.
had a great time.
Let's go tear it up on social.
Let's tear it up. Cabana Boys.
She does all of our accounts. The Cabana Boys, the Cocktail Cowboys, the Cocktail Boys,
Yes.
Cabana Boys podcast, and your Cabana Girls.
Yes.
So give us a follow.
Give us a follow.
Give us a like.
Bow, bow, bow.
Thank you so much, Alexis.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right, catch y'all soon.
See you later.
Thank you for listening to the Cabana Boys podcast. Please like and subscribe to get new episodes as they're released. Write to the show by sending an email to thecabanaboyspodcast@gmail.com. You can find the video version of the show on YouTube at the Cabana Boys YouTube channel. The Cabana Boys and all other related brands are also on Instagram and TikTok at Cabana Boys Podcast, The Cabana Boys, The Cocktail Cowboys, and The Cocktail Boys. This has been a T-Door production.